Hello, hello, hello. I hope everybody has had an amazing Thanksgiving day and that you were able to spend it with your loved ones. I will say this is the time of year where we get together with our family, we get together with our friends, and we eat all the food. We listen to the music, we dance, we watch TV, we watch the football games, we laugh, we make these memories. But don't wait until a holiday to do that. And I say that because, we always think we have that one more day to express to those that we love how we feel about them. And I try to make sure that my family and friends know on a reoccurring basis all the time that I'm truly blessed and I'm thankful for each one of them in my life. So if I haven't talked to you today, my message still applies as it always does when I talk to you. But my whole purpose, y'all, for coming on tonight was because earlier today, I got a alert from my Google Calendar to tell me that tomorrow is Black Friday. Now, I did not put this on my calendar. So for it to show up, it tells me that big business has inserted itself into our lives. Because if I got it, that means several other people got it too for having a Google Calendar. So with that being said, all it is doing is telling me, do not forget to show up in the stores tomorrow to spend money. Y'all understand that this is one of the biggest shopping weekends all year long. And they wanted to make sure that I remembered to get up to go shopping tomorrow. And that's why I say they've inserted themselves into our lives. So, before you get up tomorrow, I felt like I had to share this with you so you would understand what that's going to do for you financially. So, I want to go over what we call the bloody mess. And I promise by the time we get done with it, you'll see why it is called the bloody mess, because it is a nightmare when it comes to your financial situation and you being able to be financially free later on. Now, there is one thing that I want to make sure that I go over before we do that. And I have one of my mentors, he says this all the time. And he says that interest is the penalty that you pay for the right to own something in advance that you cannot afford. And that just simply means that the banks, the credit cards, those store cards, yes, they're going to give you the money and they're going to allow you to go buy the stuff. But because you are using their money, because you don't have the money right now yourself to purchase it, they're going to charge you a penalty, and that penalty is going to be interest. So you're going to have to pay a little bit more, sometimes a lot more, because you're using their money. So that's why it says interest is the penalty that you pay for your right to own something in advance that you cannot afford. So, in this situation, I want to just kind of break down so you can see how this plays out. And like I said, why it's called the bloody mess when it comes to credit card debt. So we're going to start off with the $5,000 credit card, right? You stood in line at Best Buy, you've gotten the TV, you've gotten the game system, the games to go with it, the camera. Oh, let me go ahead and get the cell phone too because the new one just came out. So then we're going to travel up to the mall to get some clothes, the shoes, the purses to match everything. And by the time it's all said and done, we are now at $5,000. Well, not too long after, you're going to get a bill. And on that bill, it's going to say that you owe $100 every month. Now, I know you're probably like, okay, that's not that big of a deal. I can do the $100 a month. I'm good. But on that same bill, they're going to tell you your interest rate is 21%. And I'm going to tell you on this scenario, we're going to use 21% just to be on the optimistic side of things, right? Because normally credit card bills are more than 21%. Especially if you do not have good credit. Yours is way higher than 21%. But like I said, we're going to stay optimistic because it's the holiday and we're just going to use 21%. Okay? So, of that 21%, we are going to divide that by 12 so we can get our monthly percentage rate. That's going to give us 1.75. Now, for some of us who have been out of school for a little while, we're going to have to move our decimal point over twice, and that's going to give us 0.0175. And we're going to multiply that times the amount that we owe on this credit card, which was $5,000. This is going to give us $87.50 a month. That is how much interest that you're paying every month out of the $100 that you're making that payment for. $87.50 is going straight to interest. So what does that mean? That means that only $12.50 is going to the $5,000. So in reality, yes, you're paying $100 a month. $87.50 is going to interest. $12.50 is going to the principal. So of that $5,000, the $1,250 that you're paying towards it, it's going to take you 400 months to get out of debt on this one. I know somebody out there can't wrap their mind around how long 400 months really is. So let me help you out. That 400 months divided by 12 is 33 years. It is going to take 33 years if you pay the minimum to get out of debt. That TV you just stood in line for is going to be irrelevant in 2 to 3 years because it's going to be a new technology that you just got to have. That gaming system is going to be irrelevant because it's going to be some new game system or your kids is going to be bored with it and they want to do something else. Trust me, I know, I got one. The clothes, you or your kids, neither one of y'all are going to be able to fit them in a couple of years. The purses, they might last, but they're not going to last 33 years. We often say we don't have the money to invest in ourselves. We often say we don't have the money to do the things that would change our financial future. But I'm showing you, you have the money, you're just shifting it somewhere else. If you took that same $100 a month and invested in you, invested in your future, invested in your family for 33 years, you will be a lot better off. That $100 will still be beneficial to you 33 years from now versus the TV that you're not going to have. Because you're probably already still paying for the TV that you got 2 years ago when you stood in line on Black Friday too. I have a business partner, and she one of the very first times that we went through this worksheet, she said something, y'all, and every time I do this worksheet now, I have to bring it up because it stuck with me when she said it. She said, "Get mad." Well, after seeing these numbers, I was already mad, but she was like, no, not mad as in upset. She meant mad as in being motivated and determined to not pay 33 years on something that's irrelevant. We got to get motivated and determined to get out of debt. We got to get motivated and determined to start shifting our money away from big business, the banks, government, and stay out of debt. I will tell you what I did get mad at though. And I do mean mad as in upset. When I saw that the $87.50 a month that's going to the bank for 400 months turns out to be $35,000 and they didn't do a thing. They made $35,000 and did nothing. You are the person that gets up every morning and goes to work. But the bank is making $35,000 off of your money for doing nothing. You are the one that gets up every day and has to spend time away from your family, from your friends. But the bank is making money for doing nothing. See, once we shift our mindset and realize that if we're going to play in this game, we got to know the rules. The strategies work. You just got to apply them. There's a saying, and I know most of us have heard it. If not, nothing else, we know we said it a couple of times. Well, I know we all heard it. When you know better, you do better. So I'm not saying that you can't go to the stores and use your credit card or buy nice things. What I am saying is, when you're doing the easy part of just swiping the card, remember this hard part of how long it's going to take to get out of the debt. So if you don't have a means to get out of it before 33 years, you really got to evaluate, is it worth it? The other thing I would say is we gotta. And yes, my southernness came out in that. Start having these conversations when we're sitting at the table on Thanksgiving Day. Make this be the traditional conversation. Start talking about generational wealth. Start talking about how can we do something today for this family member. Now that they're straight, okay, next year we're doing your family. Okay, next year, what do we need to do for this person? That's how we create generational wealth in our families. We got to have the conversations, but before you have the conversations, you got to learn the strategies to have them. The wealthy been doing this. So clearly it works. Got to shift your mindset so you can shift your income, shift the money back to you and away from those entities that we talked about. If you're ready to shift your mindset and shift your income and start making purchases and investing in yourself that will benefit you and your family 33 years from now and not the bank, drop a comment below. Simply say, I'm ready. You can inbox me. Say, I'm ready. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your family. But again, just make sure that you keep in mind the things that you're doing, and is it benefiting yourself, your family, or your financial future. Y'all have a good night.